Thank you for choosing the Help video series. Welcome to Connecting the Pieces Help video series. This video will cover LWIN SVN completion for PCAs and PCA ABAs. We'll talk about how to properly fill out an LWIN SVN, how to use the checklist to proofread and edit SVNs before submission to Connecting the Pieces. And for contractors, payment will only be made for SVNs that are filled out completely and correctly. To start with, let me explain what the SVN, or Service Verification Note, is. LWIN serves as the LEA, or Local Education Agency, overseeing service delivery for special education early intervention services in Philadelphia. Partial service delivery is reimbursable to LEAs through the SBAP, School-Based Access Program, through federal funding. The state of Pennsylvania has form requirements through their provider for processing. The Service Verification Note is the form LWIN is required to provide to the state. This is a legal document for which accurate completion is required for processing. Where do I find the correct form? Log into the Staff section of the Connecting the Pieces website and click on School-Specific Templates. You will find it on the left side of the page. Click on LWIN Special Education for Early Development Success. On this page, you will see the service implementation link. I've noted it here with a red arrow. Once you've clicked that link, you will notice two folders and a series of documents. Open the folder marked Service Verification Note Templates, indicated again with a red arrow. Once you've opened that folder, make sure to select the PCA form or PCA ABA form based on the service listed in your student's IEP. The red arrow here is indicating the PCA form. The green arrow is indicating the PCA ABA form. Print the form front and back onto one piece of paper. The form must be two-sided to be considered correct. Do not staple multiple forms together. Print the form just as it is. Do not modify the format. Typing information other than signatures is allowed. Here is an example of the top portion of the first page of the form. This form must be filled out with blue or black ink only. At the top, please notice the header. The header includes information that is in other portions of the form, but it still must be filled out completely to be considered correct. So even though you will be filling in your name in the second section of this form, you should still fill your name in as the therapist in the header. As an example, make sure that each blank is filled in. Make sure that your signature and the signature of your supervisor are filled in. Electronic signatures are not accepted. In this example, I have chosen the PCA form. If the IEP for your student lists PCA ABA, please make sure to select that form. In the section marked, "Is this for Comp Ed?" always select No, as indicated with the blue circle here. In the section marked, "Was this service grouped?" always select No, as indicated again with a blue circle. Do not forget to fill in the date of service as well as the service building. Once again, your supervisor's signature is required before the form is complete. In the next section, there's a place to mark how the service was provided. Direct session but makeup session, provider absent, and student absent are the only options you will use. Please note the red X over provider not available and student not available. These options will not be used. In the section for non-MA billable services, you will not fill in these blanks. Please notice the red X's. Your time will be filled in on the back, and we will discuss that in a moment. For the progress note, please print, still using the blue or black ink only. Make sure that the progress notes are detailed. At the bottom of the first page, there is a blank for you to fill in the appointment date for your next appointment. In addition, there is a blank where you must obtain the signature of the parent, caregiver, or site supervisor. The form is not complete without this information filled in. On the back side of the form, please note the header again. This information is included in other places but still must be filled out completely to be considered correct. Please do not leave any blanks in the header on the front or the back of the page. Your time will be filled in the section marked with a red arrow. Please make sure that times do not overlap. The numbered list below is used for the treatment key. For the progress indicator key, please use the abbreviations in the progress indicator key legend directly below the blanks for your time. When is a service verification note required? All IEP services should be recorded on a SVN. This includes student absence sessions, provider absence sessions, and school closed sessions, as well as attendance at IEP meetings. For IEP meetings, the progress note needs to describe what was discussed at the meeting. Proofreading and correcting mistakes. Before sending the service verification note to Connecting the Pieces, please take the time to proofread each section. Check that every relevant blank is filled in. Some common omissions and mistakes include the date of birth not filled in or incorrect. The ID number needs to appear in each space indicated, including the header on the front and the back. The student's full name must be used. No nicknames are accepted. The diagnosis must be filled in. You must use your full name. No nicknames are accepted. You must actually sign your document. You must obtain the signatures from your supervisor as well as the parent, caregiver, or site supervisor. Electronic signatures are not accepted. Make sure that you've checked No for Comp Ed as well as for grouped services. Make sure that the times on the back page do not overlap. And once again, make sure that each blank of the header on the front and the back is filled in correctly. What if I find a mistake? For each error that you locate when proofreading your SVNs, draw one line through the incorrect information. Write the correct information, still using only blue or black ink, and then initial each correction. Do not use whiteout or correction tape. Do not scribble over or cross out with multiple lines if you find a mistake. Here is an example only. You will fill out the form with information unique to your student. Please note that the header is filled in completely, that each blank is filled in, that the signature of the PCA is included, as well as the signature of the supervisor. In this example, I've selected the PCA ABA form, but you will select the form that would be indicated for the services in your student's IEP. Please note that it's marked X in the No space for Is this Comp Ed? It is marked with an X in the No space for Was this service grouped? In this example, the PCA filled in time in the non-MA billable services section, which is incorrect. A line was drawn through the error, and the error was initialed. In the back side of this example, please note that the times do not overlap, and that the information in the header at the top of the page is once again filled out completely. In this example, an incorrect treatment key was written down. The mistake was corrected by crossing out with a single line and by marking the PCA's initials next to the error. A few helpful hints. When assigned an L1 student, prepare your template SVN for that student. You may type in the student's name, ID number, date of birth, and diagnosis. You may also type in your name, your supervisor's name, your position, the agency as Connecting the Pieces, your email address, and your phone number. Please remember, signatures cannot be electronic. Always keep a copy of your SVNs for your own records or in case there are questions. Provide parent, caregiver, or site supervisor a copy if requested. Connecting the Pieces can provide you with carbon paper if requested. In summary, make sure to use the correct form that corresponds to the service listed in your student's IEP. Fill out the form completely and correctly. Proofread each form before submitting the form to Connecting the Pieces. Correct mistakes with a single strike-through and initial each correction. Payment will only be made for SVNs that are filled out completely with any mistakes corrected properly. Service Verification Note Certification. Please take this short quiz to become SVN certified. At any time, if Connecting the Pieces receives SVNs with errors, you will be required to review this presentation and take another quiz to be recertified. Thank you for watching this Connecting the Pieces help video on Elwyn Service Verification Notes. Please check out our library of help videos on other topics.